Okay, so fake news is irritating and is dangerous, right? So what can we personally do to help combat the issue? Well, here are 4 ways to at least start off. Number 1, let's learn the vocabulary. Just saying fake news doesn't cut it anymore. Why? Well, because we've been using the term so much that it's almost lost its meaning. Mainly because it refers to so many different things. Depending on the person, it could mean satire, parody, political half-truths, completely false information, or even propaganda. But luckily for our benefit, Claire Waddle and Hussein Dirakshan, they designed a framework to help us understand what's going on. They refer to the larger problem of the pollution of information, what we term as fake news, as information disorder. It has 3 different categories based on the kind of information, false or not, and the harm caused. Misinformation is when false information is shared but no harm is meant. Disinformation is when false information is knowingly shared to cause harm. And malinformation is when genuine information is shared to cause harm, often by revealing things that were meant to stay private. In her article for First Draft, Waddle actually identifies 7 different types of mis and disinformation: satire or parody, misleading content, imposter content, fabricated content, false connection, false context, and manipulated content. Although these definitions are from 2017, they're still relevant for us to begin to understand how to even talk about the issue of fake news. Number 2, look out for critical elements. Before or after reading an article, keep an eye out for some key indicators. Is it an editorial or an opinion piece? Non-credible sources usually try to blur the lines between fact and opinion. And they do it such that it's hard to pick up on. Who's the author? Can you see a brief description of the author in the byline? Or is it missing? Is the story current? Or are you reading old content while things might have changed? Who's the source? Check the website URL. Is it mimicking an existing news company? How's the article written? Are there spelling mistakes? Oddly incorrect grammar is usually a sign of an untrustworthy article. Of course, these aren't 100% effective, but making this a habit can really help us filter more credible articles and sources of information. Number 3, use reverse image searches. India is quite a visual country, be it photography or memes. They stick with us. Some make us laugh, some make us think, and some really change our perspective of the world. So what can we do if someone shares an image that's used completely out of context? Well, do a reverse image search. It's quite simple. Go to images.google.com, simply drag and drop your image onto the screen. What you get back is a bunch of similar pictures that have been uploaded on the internet anytime before. So now you can check if the suspicious image that you came across, if it's been used before in some other completely different context. Number 4, consult fact-checking sources. I'm sure you all know this one, but if you find a story, an argument, or even a headline to be weird or sensational or just plain problematic, try to look them up on fact-checking websites. India has a number of them, but it's always good practice to prioritize ones that have been certified by the IFCN or the International Fact-Checking Network. And finally, it's also quite important for us to realize that not all errors are intentional. Journalism, like any other occupation, it is fallible and mistakes do arise. But when they do, media organizations should hold themselves accountable.